All right, welcome back to On the Hardwood podcast with Davis, Neal, and Ben Jordan. I'm Marshall Butler, and we've got a special guest, Davis Miller, in the house today.
Pleasure to be here.
Wofford Terrier.
Yeah, junior on the Wofford men's basketball team. So, and Davis Neal's freshman year roommate.
Yeah, it's true.
So go way back.
Yeah,
true.
So we're 1 full week down of college basketball. I guess 1.5 at this point, but we'll be kind of going through the last week of ball and just going to talk about the big games and all that. D-Mill, you want to lead us off with some Wofford, Milwaukee? Give us the inside scoop on that.
All right, so this Saturday, played Milwaukee at home. It was a great environment. Was able to sneak out a win. We won by 10. Can't remember the exact score. 77-66 maybe?
86-76.
86-76, apologies. I was actually 86-70. Okay, yeah. I thought you said 6-7. Sorry. I'm just being honest. Pretty good environment. Boys played great. Thought we played good team basketball. Vibes were high. Milwaukee, really good offensive rebounding team, top 3 in the country, I believe, last year actually in that statistic. So we out rebounded them by 18.
There we go.
So we took away a big part of their game, and I think that was a big key to success for us in that win. And it was a great environment. All the boys were there. Some of them weren't there. But most of them were there. Maybe not these two, but the rest of the squad. Great vibes.
Big game for Kamari Holmes.
Big game for Kamari Holmes. Big game for the freshman Brian Sumter.
True.
From
Coming out party.
Yeah, Kingdom High School.
21-11 for Brian Sumter.
And a couple of slams.
Yeah, strong.
It's very true. It was an electric environment. Very fun game to be a part of. Very fun game.
Absolutely.
Just a good start to, that home environment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Giltner's
first win, so that'd be fun.
Coach Giltner's first win.
Yeah.
Shout out Coach Giltner.
First minute.
KG.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
That all you got for that game, or? We were just, I don't know, we just played better, I guess. Yeah.
At
Played
the
some
end of the day.
terrier ball.
Played some terrier
The
ball.
better team won.
I feel like we were riding the wave. Honestly, can't stress enough how good the environment was. I thought we rode the wave of the crowd energy pretty well. And I feel like that really propelled us to success, honestly. So we have another home game, shameless plug. It is going to be a week from today. It is against North Florida at Jerry Richardson, 7 p.m. Huge. Need everybody there.
That's a good program, North Florida.
Yep.
How was it with the benches being flipped?
Yes.
Are you a fan or?
That's a great point. So, for those who don't know what my friend and colleague Ben Jordan here is talking about, last year our bench was near the student section, close to the student section. Now it is far away. So they had flipped from, it was like that my first 2 years with it being close to the student section. Now it's far away. Mm-hmm. I'm a little indifferent on it, honestly. I mean, I don't really think I have a preference on where we sit, but I will say though I like it because I like how the away team, the away team that's coming in to play us, is shooting into the student section in the second half. I think that is definitely a welcome change. Could definitely play a role, especially in like a SoCon game, middle of February. Students are all back from interim.
Yeah.
Like just a good environment, like that could honestly be a difference in a game. So.
Yeah.
Bench might get some chirping too.
Yeah.
Bench, yeah, absolutely.
Guy back in the crowd who was there. How was it? Were y'all chirping the opposing bench, or how was that?
Yeah, it was pretty solid. We were chirping the opposing guys quite a bit. They're a little further away than I thought, but they can still hear us for sure. They know we're coming.
Good.
Okay,
Good. Well, sweet. We'll go to Wake on Friday night against Morehead State. It was 81-65 win for the Deeks.
Yeah,
Anything to say about that?
just win's a win.
Yeah.
Not very pretty, but that's all you gotta do is just win those early games.
Yeah. Juke Harris, big night, 29-9.
Yeah. He had a breakout game for sure, and I believe 11 boards.
9 boards.
Sorry.
Yeah, 9 boards.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Same thing.
Trayvon Spiller's 16 and 10 boards.
Yeah.
That guy's a dog.
Yeah,
good night for him.
He's
Very nice player.
Good player.
Good player.
Yeah, but yeah, survive in advance.
That's all you gotta do.
And
Morehead State, a great program, I gotta
Hey.
say. As a resident Kentuckian myself, Morehead State,
They got a gritty program.
They went down from Winston straight into Athens.
Sure did.
Well, I guess 1 day break, but
Wasn't as close of a game.
They
as
must have been
Athens.
tired.
Dogs won by 39.
Yeah, they were probably just tired.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
From that.
Dave, anything to say about that?
I mean, just a phenomenal offensive performance. 120 points. I think we shot over 50% from the floor.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm blanking on the name, but the dude with the windmill off the alley oop.
Jake Wilkins. It's
Jake
Dominique's
Wilkins.
son.
Dominique's son, yeah.
Pardon me. Okay, I was blanking on the name, but that's coming back to me now. That was unreal.
That guy
is
Also, I want to give a shout out to former Terrier Justin Bailey.
Yeah.
Started.
Went 13 points, 3 from 5 from 3-point land.
Wow.
Huge.
Yeah, big.
Very, very proud of my guy. He deserves it. Great dude. Was a heck of a player here. Was definitely the difference in a lot of games for us, whether we won or lost. Huge part of our success. So
Yeah.
shout out. It's exciting to see him.
Shout out JB.
See him at that level. You know, getting to it.
Yeah.
I love it.
For sure. We'll move into the top 25 kind of notable games from the tail end of last week. Starting off with UNC getting a win against Kansas, 87-74. UNC had a 58-37 lead, or won the second half 58-37.
Yeah, big second half for the Tar Heels.
So,
Thought the crowd really showed out at the Dean Dome.
Yeah.
Is it called that? Dean Smith
Yeah.
Dome?
Dean Dome. The Dean Dome.
Yeah, Dean Dome. The environment was there. I loved how Caleb Williams just made it a whiteout, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're familiar with that story. I mean, UNC's got some pieces now.
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb Williams is good. Losing Trimble hurts.
Yeah.
And I tell you,
Yeah,
it
that's
hurts,
man.
but it hurt him a lot more.
Did hurt him a lot.
I mean,
more.
that was one heck of a story.
Heck of a story. We're praying for
It's just
him.
a,
Hate to hear
it's
stuff
just
like
a
that.
bad break.
yeah.
Terrible break.
I mean, I like when UNC is good at basketball. I really do. You know, I just think it's good for the sport.
The guy to your left hates that take.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're good for college basketball.
And I grew up a Kentucky fan. I would not call myself a Kentucky fan now, just because there's a little. I'm on a team.
You're on a
it's
team
just
now.
kinda weird. But in a past life, I was a Kentucky basketball fan, and I don't know. I just don't feel that way about North Carolina. I feel like it's just nice. It's refreshing to see all of the blue blood programs be good. I
Yeah.
guess. I like when Kentucky, Kansas, UNC, and Duke are all good. I just feel like you know.
I just.
But that's all in a past life. Now I'm in
I'm still a little unsure on UNC.
It's early for sure.
It's early.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like Caleb Wilson's obviously
A dog.
gonna be a stud, but he's young, and he's got to pretty much carry that team.
Yeah.
Especially with what's his name?
Trimble.
breaking his arm.
Trimble
He's
has the
their-
second most minutes on the team.
Yeah, he's their
Friday
second
night.
best player.
Yeah.
So they're pretty young. I feel like they don't have that those stars like they usually do. Like those big name
Only
guys.
played 9 guys. Also, not a lot of depth.
Yeah, and I believe last night they kind of struggled against Radford.
Yeah, they weren't handling business early. I'm not sure what the final score. They won by 15 against Radford.
Yeah, and I think Caleb Wilson was 4 of 13 from the field.
Not great.
I think he just has a little too much hype around him this early.
That's fair.
Yeah, he had a good game on Friday, but he could be a boomer bust kind of a guy.
And he did have 14 boards last night, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
So he had 13 and 14, which obviously is a good stat line, but
Yeah.
you took 13 shots and you only made 4
Yeah.
Right.
against Radford.
Hey man.
Hey, maybe Radford's legit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm at.
Never know.
I doubt it.
Never know.
I doubt it.
Then we had also on Friday, number 1 Purdue only beat Oakland by 10 points, and it was tied at half. Any
it's
concern
not
there?
good.
It's not good. Oakland is an above-average mid-major program.
I mean, Michigan beat them by 50 a week ago, though.
Right.
I don't know, but Oakland makes
They
the
are.
tournament.
They are.
We were talking about it earlier. Oakland's got the hardest first 3 games maybe in the history of college basketball. They started with number 7 at the time, Michigan.
Yeah.
Then went into number 1 at the time, Purdue. And then either tonight or tomorrow. Tonight they're
Number
playing
1.
now number 1 Houston.
Down 21 with 4 minutes to go. in
I
the
will
first.
say though they're probably bringing in the money for those games.
Oh,
Because,
yeah. They're racking
So
up.
you're playing 3 high majors like that, and you're Oakland. You know what I mean? And it's no it's no disrespect because Wofford's the same way.
Yeah.
Mid majors is just
Money's
that's
money, man.
that's a big that's a big income for the season.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they definitely starting with those three is definitely unreal. But hey, that can get them ready for when they get into conference play.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
For sure.
And Oakland's a good program. Like I said, shout out Jack Golke.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Definitely a hooper. That team was pretty. I guess they didn't make it past the round of 32, but they were electric to watch.
They were
in
so,
the
it
6-4.
was a close game around 32 also.
Yeah.
For sure.
Got a lot of flashes of our very treasured Fletcher McGee
Yeah.
around here. We all love Fletcher McGee around here. Absolute legend.
Shout out.
Yep.
Definitely see a little flashes in terms of style of play, just kind of how they play the game, how they, even their mannerisms a little bit. So
100%.
shout out Fletcher McGee.
100%.
Shameless Fletcher McGee plug.
Shameless plug.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Purdue won. That's all they
Purdue
had.
won, yeah.
Yeah,
All that matters
absolutely.
is driving advance,
That's what
like we said
matters.
earlier.
Alabama St. John's next on
Yeah,
Saturday.
on Saturday. That was a
Lot of points.
103-97
A lot of points.
game.
Is that in the
96,
Is that in the Garden?
It was in the
It was
Garden.
in the Garden.
Um,
Kind of seemed like Bama just controlled the game. They played their style of ball. St. John's did
Yeah.
not play their style of ball.
if I know anything about old Rick Pitino, he's throwing up at that final score. That's a
Yeah. What
guy.
was that quote after the game?
Yeah, it was
Worst defense I've ever seen in the city of New York, and we just hired a communist.
Yeah.
So he was.
He was not happy. That's a guy who prides himself on defense, and to give up 103 points on
And
the floor.
it is Bama, so
Yeah.
Yeah, 103 is just never really going to cut it at the end of the day. Honestly,
No.
I mean, if you're letting up 103 points,
That is a promising sign for St. John's in the future. They struggled to score at times last year. 96 points.
Yeah, that is promising. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just one of those games.
Zuby Ejiofor at 27 and 10.
LeBaron Philon Jr. 25 points for the Tide.
I've liked what I've seen out of Alabama so far. I know that was a tongue twister to get out of my mouth there.
Yeah, I mean,
But
they're just
I really like what I'm seeing out of Alabama.
pains me to say. But I think
Love how they played against Furman. I mean, that just
Yeah.
was amazing to watch.
Furman's struggling, man, early.
Yeah.
sucks.
No.
No, it doesn't.
But I love what I see out of Alabama right now. Definitely, I like what I'm seeing out of Phylon. All their pieces. I'm just liking. I've watched a lot of their games actually, just kind of by coincidence, and I'm liking how they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The other top 25 matchup on Saturday was Michigan State, 69-66 win over Arkansas. I don't have much to give there, but
Yeah, I didn't really.
I didn't see much on the game, but if there's ever such thing as a moral victory, I mean, losing by 3 at Michigan State for Arkansas, that's a hard place to go win.
Yeah.
right.
So,
for
I
sure.
mean,
No doubt.
Only thing I saw from that game was Cam Ward must have came out of Nashville, Tennessee, for 18 points and 10 boards.
How about that?
How did Cohen Carr play?
Cohen Carr, who I did see that name over in the chat.
Box score, Cohen Carr,
Okay.
15 points in 31 minutes, 15, 7, and 3.
Wow, that guy's a freak athlete.
Freak
That's
athlete. Ben
Yeah.
Jordan analysis, he's a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. You know what I'm fired up for? Michigan State this year.
That'll be
Yeah,
a great
that'll be
game.
a good one.
Rare Big Ten, not rare, but Big Ten basketball, that'll be a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be awesome.
All right, let's move to the Tuesday slate. Had a great
First
slate
Super
for that.
Tuesday of the year.
First Super Tuesday.
We're
We'll
gonna
start off with Wofford.
Yeah,
D-Mill.
inside source of the jungle.
Yep, so obviously a tough one for us last night. As is being recorded, we played yesterday. Obviously a tough one for us. Big credits to Auburn. They're really good. I think got a lot of guys that I think are going to play in the NBA, honestly. Keyshawn Hall, I think he would definitely get drafted. Pettiford tested the waters last year. So not crazy to say that he could go in the draft, if he has a good year this year. So obviously they're very talented. I thought at areas we could have been better at. There's definitely a few. Obviously defense has to be better. Thought we played really hard at points, but definitely had to battle through a lot of adversity. We need to work on probably getting better at that, I'd say, as a group. But that being said, we're young. Obviously, a lot of change. We've got a whole new team this year, so I think everybody's kind of getting it together. But at the end of the day, with a game like that, it's Auburn.
It's gonna make you better too.
It's gonna make you better. It's tough. You're going in there. You're not the most athletic, probably maybe not the most talented at times. So you just got to go in there and fight and get better. And I feel like I feel like we did that last night, even if the scoreboard didn't reflect that. So definitely a tough one for us, but we know we can play good ball. Love the way we play against Milwaukee. So I definitely think that going into Bellarmine this Saturday, going on a stretch of Bellarmine, North Florida, Erskine, can definitely see a possibility there where we can get out of there without a loss. Because I still like what we're seeing, even though it was a tough one last night.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Rex Sterling back on the floor.
Love to see Rex.
He looked great out there, man.
He looked great.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean, let's just call it what it is. First,
was he 100% from the field?
I think he was. Yeah,
Leading the nation.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I gotta give big shout out to Rex. Couldn't play the first 2 games this year. You got back eligible. That's a tough first game, especially he's a JUCO guy, so first Division I game. Playing in that environment in Neville, that's a tough first game.
Yeah.
But I thought he really was unfazed, honestly, by all that, and he played great, and he killed it. Also, shout out Maximo Ortega.
Spark plug off the
Came
bench.
off there off the bench. Thought he was also fearless and just went out there and played really freaking hard.
Yeah, 9 points in 13 minutes.
Yeah, I love that from him. Really, really proud of those guys and others. We'll get back on track this weekend
For sure.
and Louisville against Bellarmine.
We'll swing it to Wake now. Heartbreak in overtime against
Heartbreak
number
hotel,
6,
man.
Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, you're down
It's a tough one.
down 13 at half, and you're not. It's not considered a road game because it's at a neutral site at the Pistons Arena in Detroit,
Little
Michigan.
Caesar's Palace.
But you're down 13 at half, and you battle back and get up all the way up to like a 6-point lead and take it to overtime. I mean, like David had mentioned, like if that's a moral win, and I know the committee doesn't factor in moral wins, but that's going up against the number 6 team in the country, and you take them to overtime. I'm pretty proud of those guys, considering all the foul trouble Wake had too.
Yeah.
But they just struggled down low with Michigan's big man. He kind of just dominated around the rim all game.
Ade Mara.
Yeah.
13 points, 13 rebounds.
Yeah.
Sorry, 18 points, 13 rebounds.
I mean, our biggest guy is 6'10", and he's 7'3", so struggled around the rim. But I thought Wake did a good job and kept the tempo up pretty much all game. So
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at ESPN, at halftime, Michigan had a 96% chance to win that game.
Yeah.
And then you had a 6-point lead late. So
Yeah, moral win, kind of.
Yeah. But
shows a lot of fight, which is the big thing you want this
Yeah.
this point in the year.
Juke
For
Harris, another good game,
Yeah.
19 points.
I mean, I wish he had the ball in that last possession, but who am I to say?
Little-
Who am I to say?
Gotta wonder what would happen if Spillers
Yeah.
doesn't foul
That
out.
hurts.
3 minutes to go in the game.
That hurts.
In regulation, I should say.
Yeah, in regulation.
Well, we'll go to the top 25 section now. We'll start off with D Mill. Got a little Kentucky matchup.
Yeah.
We had
One heck of a game.
Yeah.
So like I
12
said,
Louisville
yeah.
number 9 Kentucky.
Yeah, so sorry for cutting you off there, Marshall.
No,
I understand.
you're good.
But like I said previously, in a past life, I was a Kentucky basketball fan. Grew up going to games, and been to so many games, countless games. So in past life, was a huge fan. Definitely think that Kentucky has a lot of things to work out defensively. Gave up way too many points last night. Looked lost at times. They have so much firepower on offense. You know what I mean? They got like 11 or 12 guys that can go offensively. And so the offense is not going to be a problem. We'll hit shots some games. I say they will hit shots some games. They will not hit shots some games, but they'll still be in every game because they are so deep and they have so much firepower. That being said, definitely need to get some things worked out defensively, I think. But let's not discredit Louisville.
Yeah,
Louisville looked unbelievable.
Yeah.
Pat Kelsey's, second season. Like, this is his first kind of year with the team that's healthy. Khalifa didn't play last year. Pryor was hurt.
Yeah.
That squad had some injuries, and probably could have played a little bit better and lived up to more potential without those injuries. So first full year of a healthy Pat Kelsey team, they're going to be dangerous. He's a good coach. I would love to see like another Final Four Kentucky-Louisville matchup like we had back in the day. I remember that game fondly. Such a joy to watch. I have just amazing childhood memory there. So that would be, and there's legit potential for that to happen again.
And the Yum Center was
electric as well.
Electric.
It's nice to see that the rivalry is becoming more of a rivalry again. That being said, I think Pope and Kelsey are two nice of guys that because obviously the old coaches that coached those schools prior when the rivalry was at its peak did not like each other. I think that's pretty well documented. But these guys, obviously there's a little report that came out this summer that they had like a scuffle or something at or like a little encounter at Tyron Kinney's house on the recruiting trail, but it seemed like that story was overblown. They're nice guys, so I think the rivalry is en route to being restored to its height. Definitely think last night was a good indication of that.
100%.
But I think it'll only be up from there. Yeah.
Louisville had one guy with 24 points, another guy
Freshman.
with 29 points. So
Yeah.
hard to win a game when your opponent has two players with that many points.
Absolutely.
And Denzel Aberdeen with 26 for the Wildcats.
To end the game, I mean, Louisville, I know it's like kind of over. They missed 6 free throws in a row.
Yeah, that's a concerning sign for the.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
probably a fluke, but that's something to take note of.
No.
I mean, the Cards are going to be a good ball team this year.
100%.
I mean, I definitely think they looked the part for sure.
They did look good.
Yeah. We'll touch on Florida State. The Gators got away with a 2-point win.
Yeah.
Y'all see anything in that game?
No, I think Florida is obviously going to be a good team. They got obviously the personnel to. They can run it back. You know what I mean? I don't think that's crazy to say at all. They can definitely try to run it back and go back to back. I think they have the firepower to do that. But I mean, it's early. Every team is a new team. It's just the way that it is in college basketball now. So I wouldn't be surprised if teams start. All these teams in college basketball start figuring out. In the next couple of weeks, going into like a month into the season, just because of the nature of the sport now. And I think Florida's in that category. They got some things to work out. I think.
Yeah.
Just like kind of every team does, like a Kentucky has to work out. Any sort of big name team that's kind of squeaking out these little wins right now. There's a lot of things for these teams to work on, but if they're about the right things, it really all comes down to how you're playing when you go into March.
Yeah.
So.
And it seems like nearly every team's still figuring out their best offensive lineup, best
Yeah,
defensive lineup.
Absolutely.
Nothing's set.
Looks like last night the Xavier Lee was the issue for Florida. Played 9 points in 36 minutes, 2 for 13 from the floor. That's just you lead the team in minutes and only have 9 points as the starting point guard. For a team like Florida, you're gonna need more out of Lee the rest of the year.
Yeah.
100%. Next up, we got number 14 Illinois beat number 11 Texas Tech by 4, 81-77.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
JT Toppin popped off.
35 points, 11 rebounds.
Yeah, he's a stud.
He's
Yeah.
a stud. We were glancing at this game.
Yeah.
It felt like every time we looked up, Stojakovic was making
Yeah,
big time
Stojakovic
buckets.
was making play, and I don't know if y'all saw that final-ish play where he blocked the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Off the bench.
Really?
Last night. He was off the bench, 23 off the bench.
Yeah, he is.
A lot of points.
I mean, he was a great player at Cal, and I think it'll definitely translate over to Illinois.
100%.
For sure. Then last thing I've got on the docket is we have number 19 Gonzaga took it to number 23 Creighton, 90-63.
Yeah.
So
Unreal second half for Gonzaga.
yeah.
Only held Creighton to 25 points in the second half.
Jeez. That'll do it.
But, I mean, I think Creighton's definitely going to be down this year compared to years past. Losing Kalkbrenner.
Yeah.
just hard to replace a guy like that. He's probably a top 3 player in their program's history, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard.
Shooting with just Creighton shot 36.7% from the field, and also missed 11 free throws.
That's tough.
That hurts.
Yeah, it really does hurt.
Yeah.
I think Gonzaga's got a good ball team.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I was impressed by that win.
Doesn't mean much, but I also want to shout out Delaware Blue Hens. They were up last night at half against BYU on the road.
Yeah.
They didn't win.
Sure.
They didn't win. They lost by 17. But
Okay.
go into BYU with all that hype around BYU and
I mean,
take a lead into halftime. That's impressive.
at this point in the year, I mean, these mid-major schools, they have nothing to lose.
No, yeah,
They
they're
go
playing with
into
house
these-
money.
Go into these games and you play for you try to play free, and like it's not gonna.
playing with pride.
Most of these teams, nearly all of them aren't gonna get all the bids. So
No.
it's really just getting reps for them, and you got nothing to lose out there. So
100%.
100%, yeah. Last couple things, we'll touch on the SoCon. On Saturday was really the only main stuff that happened. We had Elon beat UNCG by 2 in overtime.
wow.
Yeah.
And then Presbyterian beat ETSU by 4.
The Blue Hose are sneaky this time of year, man.
Yeah.
I was definitely shocked by that Presby game.
Yeah.
I still think ETSU is a good team. You know what I mean? I don't think they're bad by any means. You know.
Currently up 11 on Northern Kentucky as we speak.
Yeah.
Probably gonna win that game.
Exactly. So, you know, that's a tough one. You know, I mean, you gotta think about it too. Like, I'll go back to last year. I mean, we won the SoCon championship last year. We also lost to Presby in November.
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's at the end of the day, it all comes down to how you play in conference and how you're feeling going into
Yeah.
March. So obviously, seems like they might have some stuff to work out. Same with UNCG.
And
Not
that's
too
rivalry.
familiar. I mean, Elon was good last year. I'm not too familiar with how they're looking this year. But you know, it's still early.
Yeah.
So just like how the Terriers have stuff that where you have to work out, you know, all these teams are in the same boat. So.
For sure.
And then UNCG and Elon is a sneaky rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
Very
they're
true.
close.
So I'm sure that was like
Coming from the Greensboro guy himself.
yeah. So
This might-
I'm sure that was a pretty packed game, and you know, this early, anything can happen.
Yeah. UNCG is currently down 30 to 30, I
About
guess,
to say
9
that.
against NC State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
down 9.
Okay, they're hanging in
4
there.
minutes left in the first, so yeah, it's a
Hanging in there.
respectable game. And
Yeah.
they just NC State just made it 3, so it was a 6-point game a second ago. But yeah, anything else? Any final thoughts? Or we'll do one prediction for the next week, whether it's a game or a player or just, I mean, it's a kind of an open-ended question.
Georgia runs Georgia Tech out the gym Friday. Wins 92-66.
92-66. Me and Dave will be on the ground for that.
Boots on the ground for that one. I might storm the court.
Let me pull up.
We got UConn.
Yeah,
We got UConn or I guess it's a neutral site in Boston. UConn BYU on Saturday.
Wow, that'll be good stuff.
All right, here. So I'll make 2 predictions. So let's just predict my own game. I think the Terriers will get a win against Bellarmine.
Yeah.
I like how we're feeling going into that one.
Absolutely.
Obviously coming off a tough game, but you know, I think that we've proven that we can play good ball, so we just got to get back to it, and we'll get back on track. I think so. So I think we're gonna get a win against Bellarmine. Breakout player, I think for that game, or just somebody who I think is gonna be the player of the game. I think Luke Flynn. I'm not gonna lie. I think Luke Flynn is going to just light it up in Knights Hall. I think that's where we're playing. I don't know if it's Freedom Hall or Knights Hall. But you know, I think he's due to get hot. So I'm gonna predict Luke Flynn as my player of the game.
I love it.
And then I'll also predict the UConn BYU game. I'm gonna go BYU. I just think it's gonna be a big breakout AJ Devanza.
I like that.
Devanza game. Like I could see that. You know, UConn's good, but like BYU, I really like their look this year. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love their coaches. They got a fantastic coach. I like the way that program's looking. Devanza could easily be the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Easily.
Great big man.
That can easily be considered one of the best pure scoring freshmen in the country. Really liking his look. So I'm going to predict BYU to be UConn. I think it's going to be a good one, though, but let's say BYU squeaks it out by 6 or 8 points. Let's say that.
And we discussed last week a little bit about him.
Yeah.
And we watched. I forget who they were playing, but he was making super smart plays out there.
Oh yeah.
We were saying like a lot of those freshmen with a lot of hype just come in and they try to force shots and kind of try to run the show because there's pressure on him. But it seems like he's super collected out there and making smart plays. So that's what I was most impressed of out of him.
100%.
Let's see. I'll make an ACC prediction. Let's see, Friday. Oh yeah, I guess we got Georgia Tech. I'm gonna say the Marshall Thundering Herd go into Charlottesville and take down UVA.
Wow.
On Saturday at noon.
I like that pick.
There's Boston College play. I'll pick whoever's playing them.
Yeah.
That team sucks.
They're at Temple.
Oh, that's a loss.
Temple.
They're gonna lose by 10.
I mean, yeah.
They are
Temple has an 82% chance to win
That is embarrassing, Boston College. Cut the program.
Yeah, they're in a deep hole right now. I mean, you lose to Central Connecticut, and at FAU is not that bad of a loss.
Shout out, did we already shout out Gabe Spinelli?
No.
Shout out Gabe Spinelli, Central Connecticut.
Friend of Wofford College.
Friend of the podcast, friend of mine, friend of Joe Spinelli, brother of Joe Spinelli.
Yeah.
Friend of Cohen Kellogg, who is in the background.
Absolutely.
There we go. I'll say the Terriers get the job done. That's it. But
All right.
we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next week. Enjoy that.
Always a
Pleasure.
Shout out,
Always a
Davis
pleasure.
Miller.
Thanks for
Pleasure
joining
being
us,
on.
Davis
Pleasure
Miller.
being
Neal.
on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, shout out Davis Miller for hopping on. Hopefully he'll be back in the future.
We'll
See y'all
I'll
next
be
week.
here.
6-7.
6-7.